Here with NEWrestle, Sean Trampe. I was told you're the girls wrestling expert in Nebraska. Is that true or no?
I wouldn't call myself the expert. No, I pay a lot of attention and I follow closely, but there are plenty of people that know a heck of a lot more than I do.
Okay, so first night of the first standalone NSAA State Girls Wrestling Tournament was what?
It was incredible. It was awesome. I mean, the atmosphere was phenomenal. The fans were loud the whole time. The wrestling was really good. It was busy also.
Yeah.
A little chaotic and hectic, but
8 mats, kind of a lot moving around.
yeah, definitely a lot to follow along with, a lot to cover, but it was incredible.
I thought, just my opinion, I thought it was great. Like, it was kind of smooth and no hiccups, there wasn't like a ton of people like trying to get, on the floor and stuff. There's space to move around. It felt really good from that standpoint. Okay, team scores in Class A. Let's start there. Sure. Westside has about a 12.5 lead, right?
Yeah, they're 11.5, but it's pretty close math. Yeah, you're
close. Trying to go from memory there.
So Westside's at 55. Norfolk trails them in second. They're at 43.5. Right behind them at 42 is Omaha North. And then we have Lincoln High and Lincoln East just a little bit back from that. So.
Yeah. And that's through, I guess, quarterfinals, right? So semis will be at 12:30 tomorrow, something like that. Yeah. So through the quarterfinals, is that right? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm right. Okay. Westside really did well, obviously, in the first couple rounds. They had a couple tight matches that worked. They had a couple pins that were big as far as team points, and that's what they had to do because they just don't have the depth from, filling every weight, right?
Yeah, and I think the narrative has been that Westside doesn't have a ton of depth, but the reality of it is they kind of do. Their team is growing, they're building, and then the girls they have are absolute hammers. Yeah. So coming into the tournament, they had to wrestle their best, and through day one, they've absolutely done that and put themselves in a position to win a second straight state title if they can keep things up tomorrow.
Yeah, they obviously have to continue to wrestle well and have some big outcomes, I guess, in that moment. Okay. Let's go Class B team score. UTAN kind of in control, which we sort of expected.
Yeah, and there's not a ton of points scored on the first day, but right. UTAN still found a way to score a ton of points. Yeah. So they're out in front by a pretty good margin. I don't see them looking back at all. The following teams after that, though, are all still kind of battling for that trophy. Between Lakeview, JCC, Conestoga right now, Battle Creek, and Southwest are the five teams that are probably the next ones up in that regard.
And UTAN's up by quite a bit.
18.5 right
now. And then that's going to grow because they're not going to probably lose some tomorrow. They got a lot in the semis. They'll be all right?
Yeah, they put 5 into the semifinals, which in Class B is a phenomenal number. Yeah. There's 130 teams, so if you've got 5 of the weights handled, that's a pretty good place to be.
Okay, let's go individuals now. Basically all the, quote, names or stars won and are into the semis, right? Or was there a couple upsets?
There's a couple, absolutely. In Class A, things went pretty much chalk. The top 2 seeds at every weight made it to the semifinals, along with a lot of the 3rd and 4th seeds. So not a ton of huge upsets there, but that does set up for some really, really, really great semifinals tomorrow night. Can't wait for those. Yeah. Class B is a little bit different story. For the most part, the people you would expect to make it through did, but there were a couple huge upsets. At B170, the top-ranked wrestler got beat, and then also
I watched those over here. Yeah,
and then good. Also at 190, the second-ranked wrestler lost her match too. So a couple big ones there, and then some of the other ones that you would expect to make it that didn't make it. It's kind of hard to call them a big upset down here. It's everybody's good, so it's just. Yeah.
What was maybe some of the best matches or best match that you saw tonight?
The most exciting match I saw was at 130, Class B, between Madeline Larrick, Fort Calhoun, and Lily Mefford of Battle Creek. Mefford was ahead by a point with a second left, and Larrick was able to find that last point, and then in overtime took her down to her back and got the win. So big for Fort Calhoun there. Yeah. What
about the biggest upset of the day?
I would probably go with that B170 match. And again, it's kind of hard to call it an upset because it's a 1 versus 3 ranked girl. They're both really, really solid wrestlers, but the Lakeview girl at 170 has kind of dominated all year long, so to see her get that flipped on her today was a little bit surprising.
What do you look forward to, I guess, tomorrow? You have wrestlebacks in the morning and then semis at 12:30, finals at 6, I believe, right? So what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Well, I'm looking forward to some great semifinal matches. There's a lot of really good ones, and obviously the finals are always great.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong there. It's going to be busy. I'm looking forward to see how the teams battle back through the consolation rounds. I think that Class A score will tighten up quite a bit.
That's where you score team points, is the wrestlebacks.
Yeah, and Norfolk, they have 10 qualifiers, and
Right.
they still have 10 wrestlers in the tournament. So until they start getting beat out, every one of those girls can continue to score points, and they will. So it'll be interesting in Class A, but Westside is in a good spot right now. As far as the semifinals go, again, man, there's some really great brackets where you're not just getting one great semi, but you're getting two. A155 stands out.
Yep.
There's 3 really, really, really strong girls there that have proven themselves, along with a 4th freshman that's got a ton of wrestling. So, she's a 14, 15-year-old girl who's doesn't seem like it, doesn't wrestle like it.
Right.
That's Olivia Guerin from Plattsmouth. She'll wrestle Zoe Barber, a 2-time champion, going for her 3rd. And then the other semifinal is between Rowan Wilchin of Millard South and Anaya Roberts of Grand Island. They just met a couple weeks ago, and it's an excellent match where Roberts got a takedown in the last seconds to win that one by 1. So should be incredible again.
Yeah. And then the kind of, what's it, 1:30, we're all kind of waiting for that. That crescendo's coming, I feel like. And both of them did a great job in A. I'm talking A130.
Yeah, definitely. So the wrestlers you're referencing are Kaylin Lyons, Macy Peacher, absolutely. Yeah, they're on track, kind of as you'd expect. And they came out, they both wrestled well.
They both kind of did dominate, actually.
Yeah, that's what happens when you've got, these are national-type girls. Yeah. And, they've obviously got one more match to take care of in front of them. But should they meet tomorrow night, it could be electric, especially with Macy going for her 4th. There's going to be a lot of eyes on that, and it's going to should be fun.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
You got it. Thank you.